Hey, it's Nathan Williams with Crazy Marketing, and in this video we're going to set up the Facebook pixel on our ClickFunnels funnel using the event setup tool. Now there's a couple other methods you could go ahead and apply the Facebook pixel to your funnel. The other method that I teach is the standard event method, and I have another video on that. I recommend watching both of these videos to see which one would work best for you. Basically, this event setup tool, it's a little more detailed, but it doesn't work as often as the standard event method. And then the standard event method is not as detailed, but it works more often and you have less issues with it. So there's pros and cons to each. Neither is perfect, just to warn you. But you know, it's what we got, so it's what we're going with. So anyway, let's hop into it. And again, this is the event setup tool method versus the standard event method, which is a different video. All right, so here's our funnel here, and your funnel might look different, but as long as you understand the concept here, you should be able to apply it to your funnel. So the first page of my funnel is a squeeze page, and if somebody opts in on the squeeze page, they become a lead, right? So I want to go ahead and track that event. So if they land on my welcome pre-sale page, that would be a lead, right? Because the only way to get to this page is if they opt in. So I want to track leads. The next page of my funnel is the order form / sales page. And this is a page where they could go ahead and enter their credit card information and buy the product. So there's a couple different events that can happen on this page. The first event is a view content event. So this is kind of a personal preference thing. I put this view content event on all of my sales pages. So any page that might lead to a sale, I put the view content event on, and that's just kind of personal preference. And then I can track, view content events, and see how many people are landing on sales page. I can optimize for sales page views, things of that nature. So that's why I put view content events on the order form or sales pages. Again, personal preference. You can do whatever you want. There's also, this is a two-step order form. So if you don't know, on ClickFunnels, you can have a two-step order form where they fill out step 1 on the order form and it can capture their contact information. But I like to count that as an add to cart. So here we go. So here's the form. They hit this go to step 2 button, and when they hit go to step 2, I want to count that as an add to cart because they're basically adding the product to their cart at this point in time, and they're about to check out and buy. So I want to track that add to cart event. So we have add to cart event, and then we also have the purchase event because they can purchase a product on this page, right? So I want to track purchases, of course. So we'll throw that event on there as well. Now the next page of my funnel is an OTO page, so one-click upsell page, and of course they could buy something here, so we got the purchase event over here as well. Oops. And of course on OTO2, they can buy something, and then on the downsell, they can also buy something. On the order confirmation page, they're through the funnel, they're not going to buy anything else, they're not going to do any significant events, so not tracking anything here. And this is pretty much the structure of events for my funnel, so let's go ahead and set this up. So here I am in the Facebook Ads Manager, and hopefully you know how to create a Facebook Ads account. This isn't a video on that, but you can Google it or YouTube it, and there's instructions on how to set it up. Anyway, I'm over here under All Tools, Event Manager, and Pixels real quick. We got to go ahead and add the pixel to our funnel. So we'll set this up, and I got my pixel here. If you don't have a pixel yet, there'll be a button that says like Create Pixel. But if you have a pixel, you can click into it. And we'll go to setup and install pixel, and we're going to manually add the code to our website, and we'll go ahead and grab this block of text right here, or block of code, and then we're going to go to the funnel level settings. So in this blue row right here, go to settings, and we want to go ahead and paste our Facebook pixel code in the head tracking code area. So right there, you don't make any changes to it or anything like that, and we come down and save. And since we added the code to our funnel level settings, that added the pixel to all of the pages in our website or in our funnel. So all these pages or steps automatically have the Facebook pixel code in the header now because we added the code here in the funnel level settings area. All right, so we got that going for us. Now we have automatic advanced matching. So you can read a little bit about it. I do recommend turning it on. It makes your tracking a little more accurate. So we're gonna leave it on. If you wanna read more, you can read that real quick. And basically I'm gonna be tracking email, city, state, and zip, first and last name. So I'm taking all that information into my order form. So I wanna track it, and I'll hit continue. And then it tells us to set up our event so that way we can track things, right? Because just seeing people on your pages doesn't help you much. You wanna track those events. And we're using the event setup tool in this video, but in the other video I use the manually add event code. So again, those are like the two different methods for adding the code to the Facebook or the ClickFunnels funnels. And yeah, again, there's pros and cons to each. All right, event tool. All right, so now we can go ahead and start adding events to our pages. And the first page in my funnel that has an event on it is my welcome and pre-sale page. I'm going to trigger the lead event. So let's come over to here, my ClickFunnels, and my welcome and pre-sale page. I'll go ahead and copy my link to it, and I'll paste it on in here and open my website. And you see that the Facebook event setup tool popped up on my website now, and there's a couple options here. We can track via a button, or we can track via a URL. Now the URL option is more accurate, like basically you're tracking if they land on a page and it triggers the event, whereas a button, you're tracking if they click on a button in your funnel. And so button clicks are not as accurate because, you know, sometimes people might click a button and mess up the form, or, you know, click weirdly and it'll trigger the event, but the person won't have actually submitted the event. So I guess the standard operating procedure would be to track URL if possible, fall back on button clicks. Okay, so we're going to do both options in this funnel, so you'll see what I'm saying, but yeah. All right, so in this particular case, we're going to track when they land on this page, so we're going to track URL. And we want to go ahead and track this as a lead event, and URL contains, and I want to go ahead and edit this a little bit. I'm going to delete off this HTTPS www portion because who knows, somebody might somehow land on this page without the www in there or something weird, who knows. So as long as it contains my URL, I'm good to go. I'm also going to delete this -a. So this is variation A of my step, my page, and there might be a variation B someday, C someday, whatever. So I want to just include the shoes welcome and not the variation name. I'll go ahead and confirm it. And so that is it for this page right here. So I'm just going to do finish setup, and it tells me what events I have set up on this page. So right here, and finish. And we're going to test events in a minute, so we'll set everything up first and then come back and test everything. So I'll go close, and then we need to go to setup again and set up new events, and then load up the event tool. And then the next page of my funnel is my order form and sales page. So let's grab the link to that page, and we'll copy it and pop it open. All right, and then what I want to go ahead and do is track the URL on this one because this is a view content event. So let's go here wherever it is. So track URL and select event, and this is a view content event. And if it contains, and same concept, I'm going to delete off the HTTPS www and that A and confirm. So now I got the view content event going on. And then the next event I want to go ahead and track is add to cart. So when they go to step 2 of my 2-step order form, I want to go ahead and track that as well. So let's go ahead and let me fill out this form real quick. And it doesn't matter what information. Okay. So track new button, and I want to track my go to step 2 button. So I click on that, and then I want to go ahead and do add to cart, my add to cart event when they click that button, and confirm. Cool. And now I'm going to actually click on that button, and I want to go ahead and add a new event here. So when they click this complete order button, I want to go ahead and track that as a purchase event. So let's go ahead and track new button, and I want to go ahead and track my complete order event here, and I want to go ahead and track purchase. And I can go ahead and assign a value to this purchase as well. So that's pretty cool stuff, right? So I'm going to do choose value on page. And this is kind of where it becomes more accurate than the standard event method, because you can't track values as easily using the standard event method as you can using this event setup tool method. So here we can go ahead and select what our total is for our cart. And I'm going to select this value right here. And it's actually pretty cool. Like if I selected black shoes, it would automatically know that the value of the purchase is $50 or $60, I'm sorry, instead of $50, right? So that's pretty cool. It like dynamically updates based off of what they're buying. So pretty cool stuff right there. I'll go ahead and confirm it. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish setup. And so here's my pixels or events, that I've added to this page. So view content, add to cart goes off when the button go to step is clicked, and then the purchase event is fired off when the complete order event or the complete order button is clicked. So cool, got my 3 events, and I'll test later on. All right, so moving on to the next step in our funnel is our OTO page. And I actually want to make a change to my page real quick before I add my event. So I'm going to come to OTO, and I want to edit this page, and I want to come on down here, and I want to make sure that the writing on my button is unique. All right, that's something that I've run into before. If you don't have unique buttons on your OTO steps, things get a little confusing. So I recommend making your OTO buttons unique. And so let's click into it and say, yes, I want the shoelaces for, I don't know, $10, I think it is. All right, cool. And I'll delete the subtext off of here. And okay, so I changed the text on my button to make it unique to this page and this offer. I also did something a little sneaky earlier. I added a headline box, and it's got some text in it. So let's see what the text is. So if you can read that or not. Here, let me make it big and black so you can see it. All right, so basically I made a hidden dollar amount that I could go ahead and assign this button to be worth. And of course, this dollar amount is how much the product is. So that way I can keep track of how much people are spending on their funnel or on their purchases. So there might be a better way to do it, but I just add the number and as a text or headline element, and then I go ahead and I make it really small, and I make it the background of the page so no one can see it, and but except for the Facebook event setup tool, it can see that dollar amount. And you'll see what I mean in just a second of how that gets applied. So that's OTO 1 real quick. Same concept to the downsell. Let me go ahead and do that. And I'll leave it as alrighty, I'll take it, that's fine enough. I did add the value here. You see there's a $7 value right there. Then my downsell is only $7, and that button's unique enough for that page. OTO number 2 now, and we'll edit the page. And same concept over here. Let me go ahead and change my button language real quick. Yes, add the shoe cleaner to my order for $15. And I'll delete this thing off of here. Okay, cool. And I'd have that hidden $15 text box up here. See, 15. Okay, cool. Save. And we'll exit out of there. All right, so now I got my pages better formatted for this Facebook event tool. And now I need to go ahead and add my events. So we'll grab my URL to my OTO page, come up to setup, and set up new events, and use an event tool, go to my website, and I want to go ahead and track a new button, and I want to click on this button here, and I want to select my purchase event, and I want to choose a value on this page, and I want to select my little hidden value down here. So I'll select this option, and you see that it found the $10 right there. So that's what I was showing you. By hiding your text right there, you can select a value for it. So it's a little sneaky way to do it. Again, there might be a better way, but this works and had no issues. So confirm, and I want to go ahead and finish, and close. So cool, that event's good to go. Go to my downsell page now. Same exact concept, copy the link, go to setup, go to event, and event tool, and open website. And track a new button, track my already I'll take it button, and this is a purchase event, and I want to choose a value on the page, choose my little hidden value of $7, confirm, finish setup, finish, close, setup, new event, and OTO page, or OTO number 2 page, and we'll copy this and use a tool, paste it in there, open website, and track new button event, just like this button here, and this is a purchase. When they click that button, they're buying it. Choose value on the page, select my hidden value, $15, confirm, and finish setup, and finish, And then I do want to go ahead and test some events. So if you see information in here already, you can go ahead and clear the activity. And then you might have to refresh your page in order to get this little thing to pop up. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. If you have stuff in here and you're not seeing this little box, go ahead and clear activity, refresh your page, and then you should see this box to enter your funnel information. So let me go ahead and copy it to my clipboard, my funnel, and let's go through the whole thing. So open website. And as you see in here, I started to update things. So we have page view, and this is just a standard event that is fired whenever somebody lands on a page that has your pixel on it. So you'll see page view a lot. It just means that your pixel is firing, basically. And then, of course, there's the view content page or event that's a little bit more significant, and you can track and optimize for view content, in which case I track for sales page views. All right, going back over here, let's proceed through our funnel. So let's go ahead and I'll throw in a few more characters in here and hit download my copy. And now I'm on my welcome and pre-sale page, which should have triggered my welcome or my lead event. I'm sorry. So we got page view again, that's gonna fire every time, but we see lead. So awesome, we're tracking leads. That's what I wanted to do. So we're making progress. All right, let's go on to the next page of our funnel, which is our sales page order form. And this should have triggered the view content event. Awesome, good to go. It's working, it's exciting. Okay, so we fill out all this information on this page and we hit go to step 2, and that should add to cart, I hope. Let's see. We got the add to cart event. Okay, so we're shooting 100% right now. So again, sometimes this tool is good and reliable. Sometimes, it doesn't track like any events at all. And you're like, what the heck? Especially button clicks. Button clicks are hit or miss. Pages tend to be pretty accurate, but button clicks, they're hit or miss. All right, let's go ahead and select black shoes. So we change that value down there, and let's go ahead and check out. And also, if we did have a bump in here, it would get a little funky. It wouldn't show, like tracking the amounts would get a little funky. There is a tool, I believe CF Pro Tools has a tool that can do a sub-order total, and you could track that amount. So if you do have bumps, like you could potentially manipulate it to get a subtotal. Just wanted to point that out, that a bump could throw off your amount unless you're using a CF Pro tool. Anyway, moving on. Let's hit this complete purchase button. And hopefully we see a purchase event fire. Okay, let's see. So we got purchase. Woohoo! And if we click into it real quick, we see that the value came through at $60. So awesome. Things are looking good so far. Now I'm going to pause for a minute or so, give somebody, time to watch this video, read through the sales copy we have, and decide whether they want to buy the OTO or not. So give me a second. All right, so it's been a minute, and basically the reason I was waiting a minute to make it kind of more realistic, and I think Facebook, they don't like, if you trigger the purchase event like back to back to back to back, like when you're testing it, like it's gonna mess up, or it's not gonna mess up, but Facebook's like, somebody must be clicking the purchase button a bunch of times, and they don't count it as unique purchases. So I wanted to give it a couple minutes to like reset the count and be like, okay, this must be a brand new purchase, right? So that's something to be mindful of when you're testing your funnel, is don't just click, yes, I want it, yes, I want it, yes, I want it, to see if it triggers events, because it's probably not going to. Instead, you got to wait up a minute or two to let Facebook kind of calm down, so it thinks that it's a different purchase. And still, even sometimes, it still doesn't work. So, this is going to be 50-50. All right, so we're going to say, yes, I want this. And hopefully, we come over to our page, and we have another event fired, and we don't, unfortunately. So we don't have that purchase event on our OTO page. We tried really hard, okay? I waited and everything else. So this is what I'm talking about with the reliability of this method. Now you see it worked, for our lead page. It worked for add to cart, it acted for view content, it acted for that initial purchase. So that's all good stuff. And that's pretty much what the standard event method does as well. So, it does pretty much, this has been pretty reliable so far, but as you see, when you get to those OTO pages, it gets funky. And sometimes it works though. It does work sometimes. I don't know what the difference is. I wish I knew, but anyway. And the reason for me talking for a minute was I was trying to give it another second to, refresh, but we'll click the button anyway. Maybe it'll fire the purchase event, maybe not. I don't know. So anyway, here I am on my order confirmation page now. If I go back over here, we just see another page view event being fired. No other purchase events. So darn it. I was hoping it would work, especially since I'm shooting this video, but this also goes to prove the point that it's not the most reliable option, but it's also can be a little more accurate, a little more detailed. So, you pick your poison basically between this method and the standard event method. Again, I recommend going to watch that video too, so you can see the differences. And yeah, so that's essentially how you do it. And hopefully you found this video helpful. And thank you. Have a great day.